made this song in the summer. It was at a time when I was working on my album, believe it or not. I am working on an album. Some songs have not come as easily as others, and I was getting really frustrated by it. This past summer, I just decided, I was like, you know what? Let me just like get back into just producing just to produce, and like no pressure. Let's just like create songs and create things that are not for the album and just see where that takes me. And this came from that. If you're at a time when you're creating a project or something really big that you've been working on for a long time and you're really stuck on it, what you need to do is just try to create other things outside of that and just create just to create. And I promise you something will come for that. Whether or not that has to do with the project or not, getting in your own headspace can really prevent you from going further than you thought you could. You want to be working every day towards your craft, and you want to be doing, you know, okay, I have this thing to do, I need to do it. But when it comes to being an artist, it doesn't necessarily work like that. The core thing of being an artist is creating art, whether or not that is the album that you're working on, or whether that's going on a walk or getting a coloring book or reading a new book. The best way to fuel your creative mind when you are burnt out is to like do another art form, because your mind doesn't think you're being creative, but you actually are. Something that really soothed me at the time when I was making All I Could Do Was Cry was reading books and getting into reading again. That has really been so instrumental in the process of making my album, because it's really taught me how to like disconnect. Also story build and like storytell. The next thing that a lot of people struggle with is the art of finishing. So many creatives and so many artists, okay, I have this project, I have this thing I've been working on, but like it's never done. I hate to break it to you, but the reason why it's still not done is because of, yeah, it's because of you. It's not because of anything else. It's because of you. And I think this has to do with like the school system and like thinking that, okay, like we have a big test coming up, let's study for the test, and then the test is over, okay, we're done, and then on to the next thing. Art doesn't work like that. There's no done when it comes to art. That's a good thing, because that means that you can spend years working on the same project and you have no time constraint. But then it's also a bad thing, because you have years working on a project and you have no time constraint. Most artists don't have people breathing down their necks telling them they have to release. And so everything is really in your hands. But you need to start getting out of your own way, because it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be done. It could always be elevated to you. But somebody else could look at it and be like, this is fine, what are y'all talking about? Those types of inner thoughts and doubts come towards the end of a process. Most of the time you can look at a song and be like, yeah, this is completely not done. But sometimes when you're at the time when you're just like tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, for me, that's when I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't listen to music and hear drums as an important part. I know a lot of people do, but I'm not a drummer. I'm not really much of an instrumentalist. So when I was saying, okay, the drums need to be better, that's when I knew I'm out. That's above me and I'm done. And so yeah, I really just hit submit and I just let it go. I'm so glad I did that, because I could have been tweaking those drums forever. Getting to know what finishing looks like and what finishing is, it always is gonna feel like this is taken from me, this isn't done. And it's rarely gonna feel like it's finished. You're always gonna find things wrong with it. And that's okay, because for me, I was so laser focused on my drums, and I was listening to songs that had released it before, and I was like, this is so much improvement. I'm harping myself on like trying to find the right mix for the drums. I wouldn't have even heard any of these problems a couple years ago, because my ears weren't trained like that. The biggest thing that perfectionism prevents us from is moving on. Maybe you need to be in a season where you're getting feedback from your own art, but you're getting in your own head, and so you're preventing that from happening. You are stuck holding on to this one project that you need to release it and get rid of it so that you can make room for new. All I Could Do Was Cry was a song for me that really just helped me get into this next period of releasing music, promoting music. Within 2 weeks, it has outperformed everything I've ever released. I'm just so happy that I'm able to create music that people listen to and that people enjoy, because I enjoy it. And this song is definitely my most played song of my own, and I really want all my songs to feel like that. For me now personally, I've been creating music without any bounds. One thing I've run into is the issue of like genres and like what genre do I fall into. The music that I've been making recently has been leaning more towards pop, and I want to really start owning my label of a pop artist. Most of my songs out are pop. Beyond my skin color, a lot of people could hear that in this next era of me releasing more music and releasing new music and the music I've been working on for way too damn long. I want people to really acknowledge that I am a pop artist who has, you know, R&B intonations. I think for too long I've just been kind of being like, you know, like I'm in this category because this is the type of music that I like and what I sing, and I'm okay with that. But I really want to start owning who I actually am as an artist. I make pop songs, so why wouldn't I live myself pop? But in the future, I really want to be an artist that creates really conceptual albums. So for a minute, I'm in a house dance era, I'll release a whole house and dance album. Or if I'm in like a gospel era, I want to release like a whole gospel album, or jazz. I think for me, I want to create my own labels and operate whenever I want to operate and switch whenever I want to switch. For now, I'm baseline pop, and it will change. My album kind of had a lot of different types of music. There was pop, there was singer-songwriter, there was everything on there, and I want to continue that.